their teams are leaner.
Mhm.
They're struggling overall to respond to every single candidate, and it's an uphill battle for any company of hiring scale and in volume at the end of the day. But you've done a lot of great work at her up, and I wanted to first kind of ask you, even in this environment today that we're
Mhm.
in, with candidate resentment being higher, what are the key recruiting improvements that you've made that impact candidate experience over the past 6 to 12 months? Just give us some examples of what you've been focused on.
Yeah, it's a balance between adding in the AI. We have high volumes of candidates that apply for our positions, luckily. And I think it's a balance of listening and hearing what candidates had to say about it being impersonal when we got feedback that we went to a pre-recorded video interview, but we didn't tell them that we were doing that. So some of it's low-hanging fruit, like adding that into your job posting and saying that you're going to be adding that in as a first step in the process and that it's a benefit to them because we wouldn't have gotten to them before, right? Sometimes it's just about reframing and shaping how maybe automation is being used in the process. And it's not to weed them out, but to actually bring them in to have a human conversation and a human interaction. Some of the other things that we've done are that we have been looking at the feedback time frame. So we heard loud and clear from our survey results that candidates wanted to get more immediate feedback and know where they were at in the process. And so something as simple as implementing interview debriefs and making sure that those are scheduled with service level agreements 24 hours, like immediately following the interview so that we can give candidates feedback right away. We know that talent was flying off the shelf and that we really needed to make sure that we addressed that. And then in terms of just the resentment piece of it, I mean, people are always going to be so disappointed when they don't get the job. So we've done a lot around just engaging with our talent and creating talent pipelines of candidates so that when you're letting them down gently and we're not sending them a email where actually we heard loud and clear from our candidates. They want to hear from us. We might not be able to tell them exactly why, but if they are a fit to Europe, what we want them to know is we want to stay engaged with you. Please join our talent community. We've started doing with recruitment marketing, branded newsletters that keep them engaged with Europe. They're talking to recruiters beyond just that role. And we're seeing significant improvements in how our candidates are staying engaged with us over the long term.